Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and former President Donald Trump has just changed his plans for 2024. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. On Friday night on Truth Social, Donald Trump finally said what a lot of us have wanted him to say for a long time. He said, look, Republicans, you have to early vote. Republicans, you have to use mail-in voting. You have to use every tactic the Democrats are using, because we can't just say, no, we're only going to vote on Election Day. We will not be victorious that way. We have to do what they do. We have to. And to keep denigrating mail-in voting was a mistake. I believe it was a mistake in 2020. I believe it was a mistake for the Senate candidates in 2020. And I believe it was a mistake even in 2022 midterms. And I think it's why we're being defeated. We have to use the same tactics. You don't know if there's going to be a snowstorm on Election Day or a rainstorm or something's going to happen in your life where you can't get to the polls. You don't know. So utilize that mail-in voting. Utilize the early voting. Do all of it. Well, Trump is on board with it now, and I want you to hear Vivek Ramaswamy talk about it here with Jesse Waters when he really lays out the reasons you should do it. Please let me know what you think of it. As always, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
All this nonsense out as we see it.
So Joe Biden's going around saying everybody cannibals ate his uncle, and no one's fact-checking him. They're saying he was off on the details. And then Donald Trump can't even say this judge is a donor, and then he gets gagged and then thrown in jail. This isn't right, Vivek.
Well, the only thing Joe Biden is cannibalizing is the truth in this country. That hypocrisy is now running rampant across the country, and I think it's working against them, Jesse. The more ridiculous these steps get, I know a lot of people who voted for Biden last time around that either are going to stay home or actually come around to voting for Trump this time around. So I think that every step they take is backfiring, and we are setting up for potentially a landslide of historic proportion. 1980, 1984 style outcome. As Reagan did, I think Trump can unite the country because of the red carpet that Biden has rolled out with some combination of his incompetence and his dishonesty. And the people of this country, especially independents, especially even young people, are starting to see through it. And I think that's going to be a good thing.
I feel that, too. I see it on the streets, and I can just feel it in my heart. Tell me something that makes me feel more confident, besides feelings. Is the RNC, is the Republican Party, or the donors, are people coalescing? Do they have a ground game? Are they harvesting, early voting? Tell me what's happening on the ground.
So, look, I think that the Republican Party has learned from its mistakes of the past to say that we're not going to have the same outcome for that red wave that never came. I think the new party leadership is off to a good start, bringing a big focus on saying that, you know what, we don't like all of this early voting. We don't like the way the elections are done, maybe. But we got to compete on the same terms if we are to win. You can't change the rules unless you win under the current rules. And I think there has been a real awakening to that across this party. I'm also seeing that amongst even large supporters, people who you would have never imagined in 100 years supporting Donald Trump coming over, even people who have succeeded in this country, businessmen across the board, even people outside of politics who are saying that, you know what, this flailing economy, the open border situation at the south of our border, and worst of all, the lack of stability on the global stage. You had 4 years of Trump, and a lot of business-minded people in this country, Jesse, see this as a clear opportunity. You don't usually get to compare the records of two presidents side by side. Usually you have a challenger who hasn't been the president before. This is a once-in-a-century opportunity where people are able to